Modi poised to lose India majority, need allies to keep power.
Here's a summary of the article.
Narendra Modi vowed to continue as India's Prime Minister even after his party lost its majority in parliament, forcing him to rely on allies to form a government for the first time since he stormed to power a decade ago. Markets had hit a record high on Monday after exit polls released over the weekend showed Modi would coast to an easy victory in the marathon, 6-week election. Even if Modi becomes the Prime Minister, his position will be diminished to a great extent. He will not be the same Modi. Modi now needs to secure the support of two key members of his broader National Democratic Alliance who control some 30 seats, enough to flip the balance of power in parliament. After the results became clear, Gandhi said the election showed that voters don't want Modi to run the country. Modi had appealed to India's 1.4 billion people with a combination of business-friendly policies, welfare measures for the poor and Hindu nationalist policies. The results also call into question whether Modi would have the political capital to implement contentious changes to land and labor laws, as well as a slew of other reform measures needed to achieve his goal of turning India into a developed nation by mid-century.
This post received a score of 5,900, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
For Modi, it's the first time he'll have to be in power with a coalition gov. He's always had a majority in both state and national government he's controlled.
Any idea as to why Modi underperformed? I don't follow Indian politics.
Anti-incumbency. If there was a strong opposition leader this time, there was a big chance that he would have lost.
I heard, from John Oliver yesterday, that there was no question if he would win and it was just a matter of by how much. What changed? Or was he just wrong?
Exit polls suggested a big win, but actual votes turned out differently, from what I've read.
Is this caused by a polling bias? They really want Modi to win, so they're the ones talking.
Little bit of that, but also exit polls have historically predicted Modi's majority in national elections quite lower than the actual. So this time they corrected too far up.
Speaking of exit polls, and other similar polling, I've seen more and more political analysts shit the bed the past decade. From Nate Silver famously predicting a Hillary win in 2016 to a variety of warnings of presumed right-wing resurgences in Europe that never materialized to the Danish general election in 2022, and now to this. Am I imagining this, or has the world quite literally become unpredictable?
Greater than from Nate Silver famously predicting a Hillary win in 2016. Nate Silver gave Trump by far the best odds of any mainstream prediction. Right before the election he had Trump at over a 30% chance of winning, which was ridiculously high compared to others.
And with Clinton getting approximately 3 million more votes than Trump, they weren't exactly wrong.
Weren't people predicting he'd get a supermajority like 2 days ago?
All the exit polls over-exaggerated the seat numbers that his alliance will get. I find it strange honestly, because they're all supposed to do different surveys. Either they all lied or people in the survey lied, or maybe there was something wrong with their sample quality.
Exit polls don't take rural vote shares that much into account around here.
A quote about India comes to mind: India will always disappoint pessimists and optimists alike. So glad to be living here. Every moment is so entertaining.
I had not heard this before. I love it. From Bloomberg reporters, Swati Gupta and Dan Strumpf, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's ruling party is poised to lose its majority in parliament, forcing him to rely on allies to form a government. Modi's Bharatiya Janata Party was leading in 241 seats, short of the 272 needed to form a government and well behind the 303 it won in the 2019 election. Modi now needs to secure the support of two key members of his broader National Democratic Alliance who control some 30 seats, enough to flip the balance of power in parliament. Leaders of those two parties have a history of switching sides, and only joined up with Modi a few months ago, making it unclear whether they will stick with him or back the opposition bloc.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.